Okay, let's go back to some solving equations. So this equation says we're going to solve for c. There's our variable. We see it's a couple times in this equation. So the first thing I see is that I am subtracting this entire quantity right here inside of my parentheses. So c plus 4 minus 4c, and I'm subtracting 1, and then I'm subtracting negative 2c. Combining my like terms, I have 1c minus 4c plus 2c. 1c minus 4c is negative 3c, plus 2c is negative c. Then I have 4 minus 1 is 3. Set equal to 3, subtract 3 from both sides, and I actually get 0. Negative c equals 0. I can divide both sides by negative 1, still getting me 0. So let's check it. Let's plug this back in. So is 0 plus 4 minus 4 times 0 minus 1 minus 2 times 0 equal to 3? Okay, let's see. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0, so I'm subtracting 0. So that doesn't do anything. And then 1 minus 2 times 0, well, 2 times 0 is 0 again. So I'm just really left with this minus 1. And is 4 minus 1 3? Absolutely. I can always type this part into my calculator also. Let's go back to here. And I can type in what I wrote in blue, if that's a little bit too much of simplifying. 0 plus 4 minus 4 times 0 minus parentheses 1 minus 2 times 0. And we see we got 3. Awesome. Okay, let's try another one. I have distributive property with my 4. And then I have distributive property with my 7. And then subtracting 9. Okay, combining my like terms, I have 2 plus 8. That gives me 10. And 7 minus 9, that's negative 2. No more like terms, so now I go into my inverse operations. I'm just going to rewrite it over here. So really I can start anywhere. I like to keep my k positive, my variable positive, so I'm going to subtract 4k. That'll give me 3k minus 2. Then I'll add 2. That gives me 12. Dividing by 3 gives me 4. Okay, in number 26, they are just asking us to simplify, so combining like terms. So I see I have 5x minus 7x. And then I have 7x minus 2x. Again, just like that last one, I am subtracting this entire quantity. So I have negative 2x plus 2 minus 5x. Then I'm subtracting negative 4. Combining like terms, negative 2x and negative 5x should give me negative 7x. And 2 plus 4 is 6. No solving here, it's just simplifying. There's no equal sign. Okay, find the equations of the lines below. So I have a vertical line, and it has a x-intercept of 3. So that's the equation, x equals 3. This horizontal line has a y-intercept of 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. So that equation is y equals negative 4. And this last one I'm going to write into slope-intercept form because it looks like I can count out my slope from my dots, and I have a y-intercept there at 3. So let me count my slope. 1, 2, 3, 4, going down 4 and going to the right 2. So negative 4 over 2 simplifies to negative 2. All right, number 30, write the equation of a line parallel to y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2, but has a y-intercept of negative 3. So I know, oopsies, why did I write that? Parallel means same slope. Okay, perpendicular means I'm going to have an opposite reciprocal slope, which means, let me write that word down, opposite reciprocal means if this slope is negative, my new slope will be positive, and instead of 1 over 2, I have 2 over 1. Here's my y-intercept, there's my b, so y equals 2x plus 5. Graph this line. This is called standard form. It's ax plus by equals c. Notice m is not in this equation, and this is a capital B, not a lowercase b like the y-intercept. None of the information that I need to graph is in this equation. Now I have two different ways I can do this. I can solve for y and get it into y equals mx plus b, which I'm going to do first, and then I will show you how to get the x and y intercepts, another way to graph it. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. And I'm going to divide both sides by 4. That becomes negative 2x plus 3. So to graph that, I go to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. And there's my line. So in an alternate way, I can find the x-intercept by plugging in a y value of 0 and solving. And 12 and 8 are both divisible by 4, so 12 divided by 4 is 3, 8 divided by 4 is 2, and we can see right here's my x-intercept of 1.5. And then to find my y-intercept, I can substitute in a 0 for the x, and I can divide both sides by 4, and y equals 3, which is what I already knew from there. Okay. Write the equation of each line. Describe below. Rate of change is negative 3, y-intercept is 4. That's nice and easy. I can write that in y equals mx plus b. Slope of 3 over 4 passes through 4, negative 1. Well, neither of these are x or y intercepts because there's no zeros. So I'm going to write in point slope form, which is y minus the y value equals the slope x minus the x value. So I have a negative negative, which I'm going to make a positive. I do see that I have a y-intercept right here, so I know I'll have a plus 3 on the end. I just need to figure out my slope. So change in y over change in x. My y's are changing by negative 2 to 3 is adding 5. And my x's are changing. Negative 1 to 0 is adding 1. So change in y over change in x. My slope is 5.